Hello everyone, Essynce here, fashion designer, author, actress, and motivational speaker, and today I'm here representing The Hype magazine at the screening of The Lost Holiday. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, my name is Essynce, and today I'm here with
Octavius Terry.
And what inspired your look today? You look wonderful.
Well, I'm actually a fashion designer, and here to support my brother Jesse Smollett. I actually have done some stuff for him for red carpets a long time ago in LA, so I'm just glad that he's doing it in my hometown. I'm back here in Atlanta, so yeah.
Wonderful. Welcome back. I know, right? Yes. And what are you looking forward to seeing most today?
Oh my gosh, just the story. You know, Jesse is a consummate storyteller, and I'm just excited that he's putting his passion and being visible with his characters. Yeah, really looking forward to that. Yeah.
You mentioned storytelling. How do you use fashion to tell a story?
Oh my gosh, fashion is all about storytelling. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm giving today. I don't know if I'm business meeting / like beach wear /
all of it.
Tail party, but I'm here.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time and enjoy the film. What are some of the first steps you take in terms of getting into character?
Well, one, reading the script, but then after that,
gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, but then I try to find like personalizations or something that I can relate to, and then I study people. I go out and see all walks of life, and then I just kind of put that all into my development, and then just make my character more in depth.
We love an observer. Okay. And how do you practice? Because I understand this film definitely takes on vulnerability and being in touch with your heart and letting those feelings out. So how do you practice being vulnerable in your personal life and on screen?
My personal life is very, very hard, but on screen it's so easy. I don't know how that is, because it's like make-believe, but in real life you actually have to navigate, and sometimes it's not as easy as it may seem. And then when it's on film, then there's things that we explore in films that we wouldn't necessarily do in real life that helps us achieve that goal. So there's just like parallels of those that makes it worthwhile.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. Can you tell us where to find you online?
My name is Corey Knott. It's going to be at CoreyKnott on Instagram and Facebook, Corey Knott. So anything Corey Knott, Twitter as well.
It's a pleasure. Thank you. Today I'm here with
Demetria McKinney.
And when it comes to getting into character, what are some of the first steps you take?
I try to think of how I would actually react, right? I think that acting is in large part reaction. And the more honest you can be in integrating that into the character that you're playing, the better it'll come across.
So in terms of that, how do you practice being present to get those authentic, organic reactions?
I don't think.
Really?
Sometimes that's the best thing you can, it's the best thing you can do. I don't think about it. If it hurts, it hurt. If I'm shocked, I'm shocked. If I gotta pee, I'm gonna pee. Not in real life.
Right.
Not in real life. I'm not method.
Right.
But you know what I mean. It's just about just being in that moment, being present, and not being afraid of whatever comes from it.
Wonderful. And lastly, how do you decipher which roles are in alignment with you?
Anything that I can learn from. I think every story deserves to be told, but anything that I can walk away having a different understanding, a different opportunity of experience from, I am elated and I'm humbled for.
Representing The Hype magazine, and today I'm here with
Arrington Foster.
Arrington, what are some of the things that help you decipher what character is in alignment with you when it comes to taking on a new role?
I'm still early in my career, but I think that if the script is good, if the character is multidimensional, because we're all multidimensional people, so I like to bring authenticity and bring myself to every role that I play, and so if it's something that I see in the character that I can relate to, I definitely like to sink my teeth into it for sure.
And I'm sure, as you know, this industry comes with so many no's before you get that yes, so much rejection. How do you manage those trials and tribulations? What motivates you to prevail through that?
Honestly, I'm a very spiritual person, so God and prayer, meditation. I'm very big on daily affirmations and self.
Same.
Yes, you have to motivate yourself. There's been so many times that I've wanted to give up or quit, but something always in me lets me know, no, Arrington, you're doing what you're supposed to do, and you have to trust the timing. You have to trust the timing and the patience, and know that your yes is right on the way. Just because it's a no, it's not right now. Yeah.
That's beautifully said. And can you tell us where to find you online?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Arrington Foster, all one word. Check me out for all things family business on BET and for some new projects that I have coming up too.
Thank you so much. What is it exactly the story is trying to tell, and why do you think it's a necessary story to be told?
I think it deals with a lot of themes that are universally relatable, right? I think we've all lost someone that we've loved in our lives, all felt like there was something we could have, should have said before that moment had passed, so that it gives you an opportunity to understand that it's never too late, right? There's an element to the movie that you'll see where, you're still able to communicate with your loved ones, not only after they're gone, but, through however you want to communicate with them, but through the people they leave behind, right? In this story, Vivica plays a mom who has been estranged from her son. She comes back to bury him, but she learns more about who her son is and became, in his death through the people that he loved more than she ever did when he was alive. So it's a story about family and love and forgiveness and redemption, but not only forgiving the people in our lives that we've, had altercations with, but also forgiving ourselves, because sometimes that's just as important.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And then my final question for you is, what is it like being on the back end, watching the story be created and then seeing it put on the big screen, coming to life?
I always say that I am a producer, even back when I was managing, right? I didn't know I was a producer, because it was about taking somebody's vision, whether it was for their music, for their brand, for who they were to become as an artist, and helping them put all the pieces together to deliver that to the world. So that's what I love seeing. I love taking something just from the kernel of an idea and then putting all the pieces together and then sitting back and watching it take place. So this one in particular, I remember Jesse just talking about it. I remember the first table read. This was during the pandemic. We all got on a Zoom, and I remember Vivica just like on initial reading of this character, bringing so much life and so much heart and humor to this character that I just knew that we were working on something special. So now to sit back and watch it all play out, what I love about this is I've watched it, 6, 7, 8 times, but every single time it's like the first time. There's always a little nugget that I found that I didn't see the last time, I didn't hear the last time. I still cry, so we're gonna see if these lashes stay on. But, I'm really proud of this project. It's a beautiful movie.
Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing it.
Thank you, and I hope people tune out, because it's very important, especially for independent filmmakers, right? This movie, it was a labor of love, every sense of the word, and it's important that we come out and support these projects. These are the only ways that we're gonna continue to be able to make them, and also continue to provide other opportunities, both in front of the camera, behind the scenes. We've got to come out and support, and this is a beautiful movie, and I hope the community at large, right, not just the LGBTQ, but just everyone understands that this is a movie for us, by us, and it's so important that we support.
I love that you mentioned it starts with the kernel of an idea. Oftentimes those dreams, that's where they begin. Something so small.
Just a little kernel of an idea.
So all it takes.
We are in select theaters starting this Friday, September 27th. So if it is not at a theater near you, you could call them and be like, where is the Lost Holiday? Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
How do you mind if I ask you a couple questions? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love the fit. You're welcome. So my question to you would be, why is representation important, and how does this film depict that?
Say it again?
Why is representation important, and how does this film depict that?
Well, I think that representation is always important for the simple fact that, we don't exist in the world with only people that live the exact way that we live, And for me, I try my best to depict all that we are as Black folks. And that includes straight, gay, trans, everybody. And so I think that people want to see people that are like them, and they also want to see people that are not like them. And hopefully what ends up happening is that we see that we're a lot more alike than not. And maybe we could actually start talking to each other instead of talking at each other. So, I hope that people really get that. And, art can change things. It's not rocket science necessarily, but it is something that if you hit somebody in the heartstrings, like that's where you can affect change. So hopefully this does something.
So this film took approximately 8 years, from what I've heard, to plan and prep, and 11 days to shoot. What is that transitional period like, going from the planning and the prepping to the paperwork to finally stepping on set and watching this dream unfold?
You know what it's like? It's like what I would imagine it's like to build a car and then finally get behind the wheel and drive it, where it's like you working for so long to get it together, to make sure that it's perfect, and then all of a sudden you get behind the wheel and it's just zoom. And we prepped for so long, and then when it was time and we shot it, 11 days, no game. So, you know, I'm just so blessed. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to be able to tell stories to people that matter, stories that really, really matter to me, and to do it with amazing people that I love, like Mona Scott Young and Tressa Smallwood and my partner Tom Wilson. Just amazing, amazing people.
What are some of the things you learned from your co-stars and all these wonderful people you got to work with? What's a message that's going to stick with you?
You know what it is? I think that the consistent theme between all of these people is that they come prepared, you know, and I think that that is something that I really, really work hard to make sure that I'm prepared. And I think that especially when you're making indie films, indie projects period, you have to come there prepared. You can't come to play. So I really learned from, and I mean that from everyone, from Taraji to Terrence to Viv to, you know, the late great Chadwick Boseman, who I was fortunate enough to work with in Marshall. Just all of these actors that they come prepared, and their work ethic is so specific, and I just respect it a great deal. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. You mentioned preparation. It is so important when stepping into this industry to be prepared mentally, emotionally, physically, for all the no's before you finally get that yes, all the rejection. How do you grow from that?
Oh my goodness, you grow from every no. And you also learn to realize that you need to start creating your own yeses, you know, because it's like we're not waiting for, God is not just guiding other people to say yes to us. God is guiding us to say yes to ourselves. So here we are.
Here we are. Well, thank you so much for your time. We look forward to seeing the film. Yes, thank you.
This movie, along with the incomparable Vivica A. Fox, told, beautifully acted.